Hello, Carcry viewers, the channel where every car gets called out, praised, or roasted without holding back. Today's star, the 2026 Mitsubishi Xpander. If there were a national car title in Indonesia, this MPV would be a top contender. From ride-hailing services, family transport, to weekend trips with the whole clan, you see it everywhere. First strength, practicality. Spacious 7-seater, just enough ground clearance to hop over sidewalks, and very economical to run. If you've ever sat in the Xpander's back seat, remember, the third row isn't as cramped as some rivals, the trunk fits just enough for a short trip, and the cabin feels airy. Basically, a moving box that can carry your childhood memories too. Next, can't ignore the price and running costs. Easy to buy, easy to resell, and replacement parts won't break the bank. This is why many service owners call the Xpander a four-wheeled money printer. But don't forget, Carcry doesn't just hand out compliments. The fun is in digging deeper. So right from the intro, remember, the 2026 Xpander still has appeal, but it's about to face some new challenges. Stick around because we'll soon spot changes that are subtle but impactful, or so tiny you'd need a magnifying glass to notice. And hey, a question for our viewers. Who's ever been called to a wedding and squeezed into an Xpander? Comment your experience. Any trapped hands while folding the seats? We need those stories for laughs.
All right, here comes the part everyone's been waiting for. What's different in the 2026 Xpander compared to the old model? In short, it's like getting a new undercut haircut, but still having the same old face. Changes are there, but you need a close look to spot them. First up, the grille. Mitsubishi added a few silver accents to make it shinier. People call this a facelift, but in reality, it's more like a 5-minute wedding-ready makeup. Glance quickly, and most will say, wait, which year Xpander is this? Looks almost the same. Second, smoked headlights. Sounds cool, right? Mainly for sporty vibes. Don't expect them to shine brighter, they're still the same LED bulbs. Smoked headlights are like wearing sunglasses at a dim party. Look stylish, but doesn't help you see better. Third, 17-inch wheels with a new design. Sounds aggressive, but in reality, it's just a new pattern. The size hasn't changed. The Xpander keeps its just right MPV feel, not suddenly a sporty SUV. Interior vibe? Also updated. Dominant black theme, with the cross version adding deep red and wood accents for a fancier touch. But heads up, seats, layout, and amenities remain familiar. Simply put, it's not a revolution, just rearranging the living room and swapping the curtains. Technically, nothing's wrong. Mitsubishi knows MPV owners want durability and simplicity, but Carcry has to ask, what do you think, folks? Worth calling it a new model, or just the old one shopping for a new suit? Comment honestly so we can have a laugh together.
Now let's dive into tech, where the 2026 Xpander continues to show why it sells like hot martabak on a weekend night in Jakarta. Mitsubishi isn't playing the half-baked upgrade game. They've packed in some genuinely valuable features. First up, ADAS active safety, automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, and adaptive cruise control. For years, families have been shouting, a 7-seater family car with nothing but ABS? No thanks. Finally, Mitsubishi listened. Next, comfort and convenience. A bigger infotainment screen supporting wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, an 8-inch digital instrument cluster, driver's seat with power adjustment, and crucially, the rear seats now recline more comfortably. No more boarding school desk vibes for passengers. The engine? Still the familiar 1.5-liter naturally aspirated petrol, pumping out 105 horsepower, mated to a CVT. Yes, power is still modest, like that New Year's resolution to lose weight that never really sticks, but in practice, the Xpander isn't weak. City driving is smooth, highways handle a full family load with luggage just fine, plus Mitsubishi refined the CVT for smoother operation and slightly better fuel efficiency. In short, the 2026 Xpander is no longer just a cheap 7-seater. It's stepping up toward modern family car standards, packing tech you'd usually only see in higher-class models. The question is this enough to keep customers loyal when rivals are racing to add gadgets like it's a New Year lottery giveaway? What do you think, folks? Drop your thoughts in the comments before you forget.
Let's talk money. The 2026 Xpander pricing in Indonesia, roughly converted from local market trends, is manual transmission around 27,500 USD, automatic transmission standard
$29,000 USD, and automatic transmission premium, roughly $29,500 USD. Compared to the 2025 model, each trim increased by just a tiny bit, not 500 or 1,000 USD, but around 27 USD in local currency terms. Yes, you heard that right. One small step, not a giant leap. So what does Mitsubishi give you for that tiny upgrade fee? Basic ADAS active safety, collision warning, and automatic emergency braking. Bigger 9-inch infotainment screen with smoother connectivity, seats and interior materials subtly refined, a little less cheap plastic vibe. Improved driving feel, slightly firmer steering, more confident handling. If you call this the $27 upgrade package, it's a steal. Installing these individually in a garage would probably cost over $2,000 USD. In short, Mitsubishi isn't nickel and diming buyers this time. They've carefully upgraded tech while keeping prices almost the same. One small investment, but the value returned feels like dozens of dollars. The question remains, with this tiny upgrade, can the Xpander still hold its image as the smart family MPV? Or is it just a clever marketing trick to make people feel like the price went up, but it's still cheap?
Now we get to the question everyone's been dying to ask. Why doesn't the 2026 Xpander have a hybrid version yet? Fans are both curious and shaking their heads. While competitors like Toyota Avanza, Veloz, and Suzuki Ertiga have been adding tech upgrades and mild efficiency improvements, Mitsubishi sticks to the trusty 1.5-liter naturally aspirated engine. Here's the deeper story. Development and production costs. Hybrid isn't just slap a battery on it. Mitsubishi needs a compatible engine, CVT, energy management system, and of course, still has to keep the price attractive for families. Market strategy. The Xpander targets family and rideshare segments, prioritizing affordability and durability. Adding a hybrid would raise prices, risking the budget ceiling of everyday buyers. Emission standards. Regional regulations are tightening. The Xpander still runs on a gasoline engine, so without a hybrid or engine upgrade soon, future sales could face limitations. In short, Mitsubishi is walking a tightrope, keeping traditional customers happy while potentially losing the eco-conscious crowd who care about fuel savings and the environment. Will the 2026 Xpander keep its crown? Look at sales first. The Xpander consistently leads the mainstream MPV segment in Indonesia, often outselling competitors like Toyota Avanza, Veloz, and Suzuki Ertiga by a wide margin. Families still love affordable, spacious, durable, and Xpander ticks those boxes. But the market is shifting. Competitors are racing with tech upgrades, efficiency tweaks, and heavy promotions. If Xpander doesn't greenlight new powertrains soon, market share could slip. Carcry style conclusion? The 2026 Xpander is still the MPV king, but it's a king going bald. Without hybrid hair and fresh tech, the crown could easily slide over to Toyota or Suzuki. So what do you think, folks? How many more years can Xpander hold the throne? Drop your comments before the trend passes.